Howdy, hi, hello, friends. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? Hi. Happy, yes. What day is it? Wednesday. Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? I don't know what's going on anymore. But, hello. Thanks for coming to hang out. I have had a day. It's been a day. I am emotional and fragile and could potentially cry at the drop of a hat. So, no shenanigans tonight, chat. None of the sort. Nope. Nothing. But, hello, friends. How are we? Let's play some Roottrees are dead. Nope. Aurelius! No! No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're not doing it. Thank you so much for the gift with sub, though. I really appreciate it. But no! At the same time, no. Ciara, thank you for the 15 streams. Thank you, thank you. Caleb, howdy, hi, hello. What's going on, Aurelius? How are you? DK, what's up? Wake, how are you going? Ciara, what's going on? Instax, how are you today? Dr. Harm, hello, hello. How goes it? No shenanigans or else. Exactly. My favorite game, make the streamer cry. No! No, 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 no. Nope. No, no, no. Step away from any and all buttons. 13 being Roottrees streams. Honestly, I think we've been doing it for that long. Also, chat, I had like half my hair cut off today. Hi. We've got short hair again. Gasp. And it's my natural hair color. It's the first time in like a decade I've had my hair this short and it be my natural hair color and not like platinum blonde. So that's kind of cool. Thanks. Thanks. No! Wait! I know! Who is she? With fingerprints all over her glasses. Yeah, half it's gone. It feels so much better. Hi, Punching. How are you? Yeah, no crying. I just exist in a fragile state today. That's all. I'm back, baby. God, it feels so much better to have short hair. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Today. Well, more so today. A scare alert. Oh God. Not the scare alerts. Hang on. Why is this all funky? Hi, Andy. How are you? Yeah, this hair appointment was very spontaneous too. I've been trying to get an appointment for a couple weeks now, and then my hairdresser messaged me today and was like, "Hey, are you free today?" I was like, I can be. I can be. But yeah, it's pretty much like just my... So when anyone asks what my natural hair color is, it's this. If anyone's curious. A bang scarlet, I jumped in a hole. Just also be days over. Love it, love it. Always, Ciara. Yes, please. Hit me with them. Hit me with them. Wait, how is... No. Wait, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Your thing's tomorrow. 4 wheels and flies? Flying car? I don't know. Me? In Truck Sim? All of these are potential answers. Hey, that is a good one. That is a good one. A garbage truck indeed. They still haven't been given proper details. They're not sure what's happening. Oh. Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Especially the day before. Well, good luck nonetheless. Is it something you're like hoping for? Or kind of like, just gonna see how it goes? How are you feeling about the situation at hand? And chat, how was your day? Tell me someone had a better day than me. Alright, let me move this across. Okay, too much music happening. Ah! Could both have a few applications out right now, so hopeful of options. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it feels like the time, hey. Where are we? Okay, there we go. AJ, thanks for the like. It's good to see you. How are you feeling the week? Are you like trying to find something like ASAP, or just kind of just cruising through and seeing what's there? Almost attacked by an awful creature in a sink or aliens. I'm not sure. I blacked out. I was almost attacked. It was in a sink. Hey, convenient when they're in sinks. So I'm gonna turn the tap on. An hour ago and stuff hasn't hit the fan yet, so I guess I'm having a good day so far. That is always a positive. That is always a positive. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just been one of those days, you know, where it feels like everything that could go wrong went wrong, and then just feeling very blah. And yeah, I'm just moody as well, which isn't fun. So I am in pain and moody and yeah, just not having a good time. Kind of a bit soon, feeling the need for a change. Hey, that's it. When you're feeling it, you just gotta like ride that wave, you know? You gotta be feeling it for a reason. Until the fab haircut experience. That was probably the highlight of the day, was that I finally had my haircut. Because like I couldn't stand it. It's so much less frizzy when it's short. So I'm really glad. Thanks, Ciara. I appreciate you. You're really sweet. You're really sweet. But yes. No shenanigans, chat, because honest to God, anything could make me cry at this point. Just like the baked beans, man. Oh, that was sad, wasn't it? Hi, Kevin. How are you? We won't jump into it just yet, but I will just like load in so that it's baked. Oh no. Okay, I shouldn't have brought it up. The baked beans man died. This was like 2 years ago or something now. The baked beans man died, and he was like really happy, and it was just really sad. They like, and they put his photo on like a limited edition like run of baked beans or something. I came to tell Chad about it the day it happened, and I just like burst into tears. Sad and tired, but can't sleep. No, I'm sorry, Kevin. Hey, we can wallow in sadness together. I felt naughty tonight and ordered Uber Eats. Reminded me why I don't do Uber. Why? What happened? Did they like miss something, or the charge through the roof, or both? Oh god, don't say it's both. Yeah, what did you get? We had just like lemon gravy rolls from a roast we had the other day. So we're probably gonna have some tendies soon because yeah, now I'm kind of like hungry again because it wasn't enough. $32 for half chicken from Nando's and some lukewarm chips and garlic. No. Do you have like a charcoal chicken near you? They're always quite good. Macros through Uber Eats is almost always gone or half eaten. We've never had Uber Eats near us, so I've never used it. Super weird. I don't know why. It was always like the cutoff was always like right next to me at our last house. I haven't really checked here, to be honest. So we just used to use like DoorDash, and even that was absurd. That was ridiculous amounts of money, now that I think about it. DoorDash and what was the other one? Menu Log. We could get those two, but we could never get Uber Eats. Macca's has messed my order up the last 3 times. That's so annoying. Had KFC last week, and an hour after tea, I had to run to the bathroom. I was trying to break some kind. And it will probably be a while before you have KFC again, Dr. Harm, I'm assuming. Oh goodness. You had some leftover chips when you got home today, but yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. It's different when it's like meat that makes you feel icky. I had food poisoning from chicken and sweet corn soup a couple of years ago. And to this day, I still feel weird when I eat chicken and sweet corn soup. Unless I cook it at home. Because then I know, like, it's been fully cooked. Feed yourself one is fresh, $2 no delivery charge. Unless you charge a delivery fee or tip. True. Just too tired to cook or do anything. I don't blame you. Is there something in the air today as well? Hey? It feels like just, I don't know, weird vibes. It could be just me. Honestly, I don't know. Really, by the time you go down to the ground floor to get the delivery, you're 75 minutes of the way to get it yourself. Today feels slow. One of those days. I think the UFOs crop dusted us with the ick. True. That has to explain it. Almost passed out on the train. Wait, what? Why? What happened? Oh, it is Betsy back there. I was like, can I see him? Just really tired. You should get an early night's sleep. Sexy butt. There he is. He's hanging out. Nothing. Hi. How are you doing? Is everything, like, teeth related and all that doing okay? Hi. How's it? Good morning. How are ya? Everyone in out? Okay, good. You get some sleep. Take Wi-Fi one pre-order from EB. Oh, let's go. Struggle Street. No. Oh. See, everyone's going through it today, chat. I'm telling you, everyone is. Jazz and rain sounds will surely make you pass out. Exactly. Hi, Bryn. How's it going? Yeah, we are finishing this game tonight. We have to. We have to. What's up, Corey? How are you? Not just you. Today is an awful day. Everyone to announce their graduation. Everyone is tired. Kevin doesn't have pancake. Nothing is good about today. No! two are very mentally drained today. No, not you too, Shay. It's gotten everyone. Chat, group hug, bring it in. Let us all wallow in self-pity together. Tonight, let's do it. Sometimes you just have to, you know, like, feel the feels. And just know that, like, the next day is going to be a better day. You know? That's kind of all you can do sometimes. Until you have annual leave, don't go back until the 5th of May. Nice. That's a cool little break. Heck yeah. What are you doing with your time off, Corey? That rain is so nice, honestly. Ooh, almost put tea everywhere. Almost did. I have to set up the green screen again. Hang on. Oh, what am I doing? I need the green screen, don't I? Do we? Hang on. Do we? Would it be enough for me to just move it tonight? Or do you want me to call Rex? Could use some holiday, use it. Do it. Do it. If I have a person on Discord, it's very fitting. Absolutely, Ciara, please. Always. Get out of the group hugging case has a flu or something. DK, bring it in. One annoyance from a full table flip. Oh, yeah. If we have a troll tonight. It's not gonna go well. Yes, green screen. It's fine. You stay there. I mean, I can't reach it. It's up there. But I can call Rex who can reach it. Is flying over to visit and ever been together and they're going to do touristy things. Oh, that's so fun. How lovely. Have a really good time. It's okay on this one. We might be okay. So you are seeing it in the mini step ladder. It's huge. I don't think I would be able to even without it. No, chat, you can't even... Hey, I still see that, Caleb. You guys can't see it. You sometimes can on Instagram, but there I have shelving up the top above that, and it's on top of that shelving that's on the wall. Take him to a footy game and Tommy has to figure out how the game works on his own. Totally domestic because I don't know how it works myself. That is going to be hilarious. You have to report back, Corey, and tell me if anything is said, like, completely wacky. You need to pull out the full ladder, not just the step one. Yes, I would need to get the full ladder. But I'm not doing that. Alright, we're vanishing down here. Alright. We'll leave it as is. Supposed to have a blood draw test done today. I hate needles as the constant reminders. But if my mom didn't help us, probably doesn't help me. Not going to sleep listening. Because apparently, my stomach. Oh, Kevin, yeah, they are not fun whatsoever. Not fun. One thing that helped me, Kevin, I don't know if it will help you, but one thing that helped me is, while it's happening, is to constantly move my feet. So to go like that, or like roll your ankle in like a circle or something, and to just try and focus on that while it's happening. And then also the other hand, I'll move like that. And that's enough to... And I talk through it. I go in there and I tell them, I'm just like, I am not good with these things. I need to talk through it, like, as it's being done. And they are, every single one I've ever had, they've always been super understanding. And they'll just, like, keep a conversation. So talking, because I found if I'm talking constantly, like, just about, like, something that's on the wall or whatever, while moving, then it goes super quick. True trolls don't try and hide their comments. Thinking about it sometimes, not all. Hey, no. There's a difference between y'all being fun and making jokes around, and trolls coming in, because I will not deal with trolls tonight. Thank you for the tendies. Chat, good news. We have chicken tendies. Oh, the lollipop. True. Girlfriend's mom sat for us one. She's super short, like 4'10". She couldn't reach the plates and they covered in her house and had to just make do with one bowl with. No! That's so unfortunate. Yeah, we got chicken tendies. Okay, we should probably do something with this. The worst part about this is that we actually know what these are. We just can't find photos. So how do we find photos, chat? I would like to finish guys before we go to Elias's. Take a look at 20 blood tests. Vaccine, otherwise I'm likely at least close to fainting after. Really? That's actually probably a really good idea. Yeah, like the sugar hit. Hey. Ooh, free brekkie. Honestly, go in there and just start talking about what you're gonna get for breakfast after that while it's happening. I hope it helps. I've had to have quite a lot of blood tests in the last 2 years, and as someone who has fainted before from them and has gotten close a couple of other times prior to the last 2 years, those are the things that I found helped me. So I do get it. They're not fun whatsoever. Think it's time for the helping duck? Alright, in duck we trust. I haven't searched for everything on my list of notable events. As I did. Did I not maybe look up Clark? I can move this? We've been playing this game for how long now? My sister taking her kids' birthday shots is so funny because the toddlers are okay with needles and it's her trying to hide from them. Oh no. Do we look up 6 pieces? I think so. I'm pretty sure we didn't look up Clark specifically. But... oh, maybe I didn't. But I thought I had... oh, maybe I done the book. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, Hauser, probably. Tax? Nope. I just got done telling chat no shenanigans tonight because I am an emotional wreck. But thank you. But no. Aw, that's really cute, Corey. That's really cute. The needles are the one that hides from the toddlers. 6 Pieces Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family by Sam Madsen was released in early 1999 and perhaps assisted by the still relatively recent plane crash shot to the top of the charts. Reviews were mixed and its time on the bestsellers list was limited to only 2 months. Most reviewers agreed that the core of the book about Samantha's fathers and the struggles they faced was compelling and that the takedown of the hypocrisy of Elias Roottrees was deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. Trying to decide, did someone say happy birthday? No! No one did. The fallout from the book led to the Roottrees company scrambling to release a statement, and due to the conflict of leadership, famously released multiple conflicting official statements over 3 days. This confusing move was referenced in popular culture due to a late-night sketch about... Oh, hang on. I never looked up that. The Roottrees Rift. We did end up going into that from memory. Due to Roottrees Mania, the book re-entered the charts and sold even better. High in some... No, it's not my birthday. Indecisionitis was a disease coined by a popular sketch show as part of a fake pharmaceutical advertisement for Jit Together? But the segment isn't fully about the Roottrees company. It was released by the weeks after their bizarre response to the release of 6 Pieces by Sam Mads in reference to the news. What? No! Wake! No! In the sketch, a woman ordered a number 5 at a drive-through speaker. Then after pulling forward, she changed her mind at the window, asking to switch it to a number 3. This caused a lengthy backup and annoyance amongst the restaurant's employees and other patrons. After she pulled away as the employees began helping other customers, the same woman then barged into the restaurant, passed the car outside, loudly complaining that she didn't receive her number 5. What? After this, the sketch transitioned from the restaurant scene into a pharmaceutical commercial. A doctor claimed that the woman was suffering from indecisionitis, a disease that causes extreme confusion and irritability, and has recently been found to severely hinder the leader of large corporations, but could also spread to humans. The doctor then recommends Jit Together, a fake pharmaceutical drug. Multiple hang on. There's something different. What could it be? What could it be? Corey, look at that. The happy birthday account. No.
Wake said I had to say happy birthday Val Valalove Valaprawn, it's Val's birthday. Valalove Valaprawn, it's Val's birthday. Valalove Valaprawn, it's Val's
the happy birthday
Valalove
account
Valaprawn B-Day 100
has been subbed for 8 months. Oh my god. Chat, what are we doing? Corey, thank you so much for the gifted sub. And Shay, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The birthday count is so dedicated. It just keeps getting gifted subs. Indecisionitis does sound like a Val issue. Hey! Except I would not go charging into a restaurant demanding that I didn't receive the first thing I ordered. Oh my god. Thank y'all for the scam train. God damn it, chat. What happened to no shenanigans? Also, Shay, how are you doing? Birthday account is subbed on so many channels you follow. Never see me in a restaurant, so it's hard to judge. I am the type of person who would probably just eat the incorrect meal rather than go and correct them that they got it wrong. If that's any indication of what I'm like. I am far too awkward to be like, hey, this isn't actually what I ordered. I wasn't kidding when I said No. Thank you. I wasn't kidding when I said I could just burst into tears at any given moment. Oh my god. For your tooth! Oh. Thank you for the 10. Oh dear god. Fly in the soup is just added protein. No. Nothing. Thank you. That's really kind. If you were just gifted a sub, friends, please be sure to thank the wonderful Nuffin for that. Dude, you were way too kind to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God, goddamn tears in my eyes, chat. Quit it. Step away from any and all buttons. Unheard of. Ooh, and it was fantastic, Shay. That is good news indeed. Used to work in fast food and have had food thrown at me because I ordered something twice and thought it was wrong. What? Food thrown at you? Who could do that? Truly? I don't understand how people treat people so poorly. Blue! Thanks. This whole thing? This whole thing. Stop, you're gonna make me blush. I'm gonna eat my chicken nugget. You were a child and it was a grown man throwing food at you? Oh my god. I would have gone feral. I don't think I could handle if someone threw food at me. I don't think I could have. Oh my goodness. I never worked in fast food, but I did work in I did work as a waitress for a very short while. I think I only lasted like 3 or 4 months. I hated it. They also made me take out my nose ring, so that also put a really sour taste in my mouth about going there to work. Thanks, Blue. I appreciate you. Thank you for being so sweet. Had people throw drinks in when I was bartending? They got the drink they ordered, not the drink they wanted. Can you? Yeah, literally. Like, get out of here. I'm joking. You're trying to carry your bag at the beach? Yes. Probably that same guy. I haven't gone back to that beach. I'm a bit intimidated. They didn't like me, threw grapes at you in school? What? I had a customer wait in the car park for me to leave work. I sat in the back office and watched TV after until they left. That's so scary. I was always really afraid of that happening. I know someone I worked with, it did happen to. And we also had someone buy something that was broken, and it was very evident that they had like thrown it and pulled it apart and then tried to tape it back together. And we were like, we can't accept that. And they quite literally started throwing things around the store. Thankfully, my manager was amazing and was able to, like, you know, tell him to get out of the store. But it was a bit scary. The movie Waiting? No, I don't think so. A band after that was quite funny. The cook who had a criminal record got so mad he had to be shut in the kitchen so he wouldn't go berserk on the dude. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Let's note about that, the one that the kid pooped in one of those little beach tents we had set up in the... Okay, that is honestly so frustrating that you had to deal with that. But it is kind of funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope now you can look back on that and laugh, Dr. Hum. More surprised when people are nice to me than when I can't accept their return. Yeah. Thank you, friends, so much for the scam train. Oh, what's this? Oh my god. Oh wait, I got the me emote. As it bursts into tears. Thank you, friends. It's on Prime. Nobody's allowed to walk to their car alone after dark, and we weren't a shady place. We looked out each other just in case. Yeah, we were pretty much the same. There was like always 2 of us closing the store together. 30 minutes to find where this one was coming from. It was the worst treasure hunt ever. There's not even any good rewards at the end. Chat, thank you for that chaos, but you weren't meant to be doing that. Gosh dang it. Boop. Elizabeth, no, I do it unironically and I hate it. Shouts to let Val's birthday always? No, that's illegal. That's illegal. You guys made me tear up. And that's... Okay, where was I? Even Asterion said it's all... That is true. Gonna need way more holding cells. That is a very fair point. We're gonna have to start them right away. The doctor then recommends JIT together, a fake pharmaceutical drug. Multiple testimonials use variations of the catchphrase. When I can't make my tough decisions, I've got to get my JIT together. Does that mean I can't celebrate on that date? No, I insist that you do. Included a bald man in silhouette with a voice changer saying, I'm not comfortable sharing who I am, but I am comfortable saying that before I took over my family's candy company, I really should have... What? Wow, that's not specific or anything. Is this just the same thing? Oh. I read it anyway. They were saying, I'm not comfortable sharing who I am, but I am comfortable saying that before I took over my family's candy company, I really should have gotten my JIT together. Now, who could it be? Who could it be? Now, did we... Did we do... Let's try this. Gotta be Carl. Did we look at this one? And can't decide what to watch? Oh yeah. Half the night spent just trying to decide. Sam Madson's book was released earlier this year, and the details, the truth about Elias Roottree, as well as Sam's father, Edward Clancy Roottree, and John Miller. You helped verify her story, so much of the book's core contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam had some sections on other family secrets and rumors. Much of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, and some of it is new to you and may be important to your new search. These sections have been added to your notes. Well, nothing was just added, so I'm assuming we did look that up. I actually... Oh wait, if I do that, is that bigger? Oh, okay, that works. Hi Bunny, how are you? Okay, well what else haven't we looked up? I'm pretty sure we looked this up. Yeah. Was there... Oh my god. Maybe there was something about this... No. Maybe it's Clark. Maybe the problem is Clark. Alright, let's try it. Hi, Mark. It is not going too bad. How are you doing? Oh yeah, there's new Black Mirror out, isn't it? Is it better than the last season? I liked the first couple seasons of Black Mirror, but I thought, like, last season that came out was just really weak. Way too much of the mania to know what's happening. There are so many affair, baby Shay. That pretty much sums it up. Clark Rafferty LaRoute is the new president of the Roottrees Corporation. This does not include Root, which appears to have its own new leadership. Binge the Pit. What is the Pit about? In March of 99, about 5 months ago, it was announced that both Clark Rafferty LaRoute and Ron Roottrees would be taking over for what was essentially described as a transitional period in the aftermath of Six Pieces. About 2 weeks later, the company released a press statement that thanked Ron for his work, but announced that Clark was the new permanent president. Serious ER show. Oh! Wait, yeah, I think I've seen ads about that. Most of the information about Clark you already knew. Many descriptions of him tend to focus on his advertising career and that his mother was Lauren Roottrees. Few seem to touch on his complex and volatile marital history. Since taking over, Clark has tried to remain out of the spotlight, but did have one notable foray in the public eye. He gained a lot of support when his first move was a statement in favor of accepting Sam and her family into the trust. There's also an announcement that the Clancy Trust would no longer be handled by anyone in the family, since due to their financial motivation, none of them could ever be impartial. Bit's fantastic. During her was kind of mediocre. This season seems better so far. I watched the 4th episode. Well, that's reassuring then. I might have to check it out. Because yeah, after last season I was just like, besides the Netflix episode, I thought that was done really well. But I thought, yeah, the rest of season 6 was quite bad. It was just eh. But if you're saying it's better, I might have to suss it out. Finished it in 2 nights. Love this and picked up for season 2. Heck yeah. Chat, did you guys watch the trailer for The Life of Chuck? I posted it in Discord this morning. It looks so good. It looks really cool. I'm quite excited. Also, Insomniac, what did you want me to look up? We looked up that, ruled it out, done. What else is there? Don't like medical gore. It's very faithful take on the ER experience. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Medical gore, you say? I'm the worst to watch movies with. Because one of the things we had to do back in makeup college was like look at makeup and kind of like find its flaws in movies and TV shows. And that's kind of what I still do now. I think it was a note about Clark at your door. What, this one? So this was just like the conversation we had. Hand in the pocket is a bit sus. Went into a bit of a rabbit hole after watching it. Found out that scenes with medical procedures were directed by Dr. Surgeons, not the episode director. Wow, that's incredible. Man, they really committed to it then. Pearl State Fair this year and we're having the world's largest rubber duck there. Okay, that is adorable. I love everything about that. How can this be? I don't know. Do we get more from the duck? The name of the show kind of dominating as the show is set in the city of Pittsburgh, and I believe the pit is a nickname for the ER, specifically the charge nurse's death. The show has been praised by medical professionals being incredibly accurate. Is it true that Scrubs was the most medically accurate like hospital show? Probably not anymore, but was. Previously on the Roottrees. Oh, hang on. Maybe this. Oh no, because we technically already had Elias's photo, so probably not that. A sitcom? I don't know. There was something about it. 6 stories tall? That is amazing. Physical media. Orange Diaries. I don't know. Few dead ends. Oh! Didn't go anything. Look up the user. All right. Chris Rafferty's prodigy site seemed to have been discovered by the masses. Gone are the art pictures of his cousins. Instead, it's a list of questions that people kept emailing him. The most relevant ones are the following. Are you the son of Clark Rafferty? Yes, but I didn't grow up with him. I remember him from when I was a little kid, but I moved with my mum when I was very young. We left Pennsylvania and moved back home to Virginia. We lived there with Pete, my stepdad. My dad and I spoke a few times when I was 15. His phone number on a check he sent us in the mail when I was 15. Was happy to hear from me. Tells me about things I don't remember and people like Guy Hudson and Ernie Madsen. My dad and I get along, but obviously we aren't very close. Did you ever meet the Roottrees? I used to know the Roottrees, but never the sisters. I was in the office sometimes when I was a kid, and I definitely met Guy Hudson before he died, but I don't remember. My memory is weird. It's hard to know what I actually remember and what I only think I do because I have pictures. For example, I have a photo from when I was 5, and in the office with my dad and Guy was there. I made myself sick by eating chocolate, and some woman who I don't know cleaned my face. I don't know if my memories of that come from the picture or not. So that's the photo we have. Ernie Madsen's heart condition. I know Ernie had a heart problem because my dad told me on one of our phone calls. I asked him about the poison because I saw it on the Roottree Curse website. Then he emailed some old stuff including the proof, but even with the proof, the website didn't take it down. You spelled fiance wrong. I'm not good at spelling or writing. I'm good at painting and other art. I'm going to school to learn how to edit movies. I want to make cartoons someday. Lulu is better at spelling. Lulu? What is this? Cool. Who is she? According to Chris, the guy of him, his father. So that's Chris. Thanks, Will. I hated having long hair in the end. I got so over it. How are you doing? His fiance. Oh, yeah. Who is this? What? Is that a tattoo? So when is this? Hang on. When was this? When was he born? Hang on. Okay. We have lots of questions here. Because if that's Guy, that's probably one of Guy's affair partners. Yeah. It's one of the baby mamas. Ah, yeah. Lulu. There she is. So... Oh, Jesus. We're never going to even know if it's right or not. Does she kind of look like... When did it happen? When I was 5. Yeah, it kind of does, hey. What was... We're not gonna even know what's right. We have to get 5 now. Okay, well, there's him again. Do we have any other photos? No. She wasn't a secretary, so it was either Susan or Christine. True! Yeah, she wasn't, was she? And he's quite young here. What do you guys think? Was there anything about one of them having a tattoo on their hand? It's not ringing any bells. I guess, who do we think she looks more like? God, it could be any of them. My guess would probably be the twins, maybe? The affairs in chronological order. Yeah, because yeah, first affair, second, third, fourth, and then final. The final one was just before he died. Although, because that was the same year. And I definitely met Guy Hudson before he died. Which I wonder if is alluding to the fact that he died shortly after. You reckon Susan? I'm thinking Susan too, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Oh, like the little... Oh my god. Imagine. Imagine if he had an affair with one of Clark's wife. No, I can't even think that. I can't. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not entertaining that train of thought. No. This is already twisted enough. We're not confusing it more. Alright. That'll do. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Okay. What else have we got? Was there... What happens if we look this up now? Oh, it's different now. During your initial search, you came across Thomas Overwood's conspiracy page about the Roottrees. 8 months later, the page still exists and is thriving. The visitor counter has reached 7 digits. Many older articles have been replaced. It seems that the recent uprising in Roottree news has left Thomas Overwood with a constant stream of events to base new theories on. More than one of his theories involve Roottree deaths being faked. According to Overwood, statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in a family, the odds are that one of them faked their... it's just math. This newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with a post mentioning that he's begun believing the guy's not dead theory. Oh my god, what if he faked his death to try and get out of the affair baby's money? One of his post details believe that Ron Rootree is still in charge. Gwyn Rootree's death was faked and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Apparently this allowed Ron to travel to France to develop their new candy recipe in secret. Another one is about the rapper 5Ps. He can't possibly be a Rootree. One of the first album songs when he was performing under the devil name actually mentioned that he wanted to have sex with Raina. Wait, Carl's daughter? But they're related, aren't they? Wasn't he confirmed? Fake death to escape child support? Oh yeah. Yep, chat. Get your tinfoil hats out. Not even Sam Madsen is spared. According to Overwood, the author of 6 Pieces isn't real. Sam Madsen is an anagram for air madness. They're purposely leaving hints for us. He claims that by using 6 Pieces with Lauren Rootree's book, as a one-time pad, he has begun to decrypt a cipher. Most of the cipher has seemed meaningless, but he managed to pick out the words people and vastness and is working on figuring out what it means. There is also a request at the bottom. Next year 2000 is a leap year and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch the Roottrees red-handed in Operation RT29. He specifically mentions not to volunteer if you ever drunk Spirit Cola, but doesn't go into why. Yeah, maybe she did. Okay, so that's irrelevant now. The guy's not dead conspiracy stemmed from a website that focuses on clues the Roottrees have supposedly hid all over the place. This includes on candy wrappers, in prints, advertisements, in television commercials, in their jingles, etc. The story, according to the website, is that Guy Hudson was a terrible president of the Roottree company and introduced multiple failed products. Something needed to be done that would put the company immediately and instantly back in favor of consumers, so they killed off Guy Hudson and replaced him with a new president. This move immediately garnered sympathy, and the company recovered the next year, more popular than ever. The next president stayed much further. Wait, chat, hang on. Okay, I just thought of something I need to do for this stream, and I need the green screen for it. Okay. Fake your endeavor to leave clues about all over the place? Exactly! Hang on. No, I need it. I should have done this to begin with. Okay, give me 1 sec, chat, while Rex gets it. Okay. We will be good to go in 1 second. I'm just trying to find something. It will make sense in 1 second why I needed this. I just need it. Hang on. It'll be worth it. Where are we? Okay, some of these are a bit much. Hang on. Yeah, I can't do that one either. Dear God. Okay, I'm just gonna do this one because it's hard to find one that's not, how do I say? Jumpies? Thank you. Okay. Alright, hello chat. I'm back. Okay, give me 1 sec. This will be worth it. Trust and believe. This was taking a lot longer than I thought it would, but nevertheless. Oh, where did that save? Oh, God. Okay, perfect. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust it again. This won't even be this good when I get it done. Okay. I was trying to find... Alright, this'll do. Yeah, do you know how hard it is to find one of these that isn't graphic? Like, all of them had, like, dead bodies and limbs and stuff on them. I was like, I'm not trying to get banned here. I just wanted something for, you know, a little bit of fun. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Now we look the part. Yeah, that took a lot longer than I was anticipating. I'm so sorry. But we are here nonetheless. It had to be done. The story, according to the website, is that Guy Hudson was a terrible president. We read that. This move immediately garnered sympathy, and the company recovered the next year, more popular than ever. The next president stayed much further out of the limelight, with some people even theorizing that he was simply Guy Hudson in an elaborate disguise, which is why he stopped appearing in public. The people who run the site are asking for help. They're certain that there's a clue to all of this that accidentally linked in a banned article from the magazine Piketty. On their page is a scan of the magazine's cover, the interview with Cicely Sanchez about Guy Hudson, and some photos. Yes! That is what we wanted. Let's just call this conspiracy. Okay. Scotty, how are you doing? Yeah, we've had the Piketty one for a while, but we never had anything written about it. Oh, this doesn't work when I'm in the way. Do you want me to move me all to the side, chat? Or do you want me just to read things? You claim to have been paid a significant amount to write a book about one of the Roottrees, Guy Hudson. He was the president for a short period at the end of 1970s, right? Yeah, I met him on New Year's Eve, actually. The last night of 1978. Guy liked to throw big parties. I was just coming off of a changed man. Wait, what's changed man? What's that in regards to? No, I think because this one's a file. When his wife learned who I was, she invited me to the party and they cornered me to talk about a book. That was the first time anyone recognized me from my work. I finally made it. The book they asked me to write sounded great, but then none of the stuff that made him interesting was allowed to stay. Chop chop, snip snip, anything, even the slightest threat to Guy's image ended up gonzo. What was the stuff that made him interesting? At his core, Guy was not complicated. In fact, I think I could boil him down to two traits. First, he wanted to be seen as the second coming of the great Elias Roottree, and second, he'd never be satisfied living the life needed to be seen that way. He had his fortune and good looks, but he really liked to exploit that to pick up women. But he couldn't let anyone else know, so it cost him a lot to cover it up. That was the only interesting aspect of Guy. He was James Bond trying to convince people he was Mr. Rogers, I guess. Mr. Rogers? Really? Maybe that's not the best metaphor, but Elias Roottree was boring as all hell and all about family. Guy did everything he could to be seen that way. After I submitted my first draft, he sent me this garbage book, The Roottree Legacy, with Elias on the cover. The last time he and I met, he had even switched out his orange suits for the same green ones Elias wore. He was in a green suit in that photo, wasn't he? And remember Fancy Flavors? Guy knew that part of Elias's legacy was the 5-piece flavors, so that's what Guy tried to do too. Caviar was a disaster here, but it was actually somewhat popular in Brazil for whatever reason. In Christmas 1979, he went to Brazil to open the Roottrees Brazil factory. Guy was always hopping around the world trying to recreate that success. So how come the book never came out? It's complicated. I had an out in my contract. Surprisingly, Guy signed the contract my lawyers wrote without running it by anybody in his legal department. I could pull my name off the book at any time, but Guy still got the content. After I left, it was probably got a lot harder to convince any real publisher to give it their time. He was the president, right? Do you know why he never released it himself? If I had to guess, his family very wisely put a stop to it. In mid-1981, months after I had already moved on, he called me back and showed me a final draft. Do you know how expensive it is to publish one copy of a book? It had my name on it in big, shiny embossed letters. Like all problems in his life, throwing money at me was his attempt to win me back. But it had half the page count and the narrative was torn to bits. No thanks. The dinner was good. Imported steak that likely cost as much as a month of my mortgage. And we all got pretty drunk. He sent his mistress Susie something into the bathroom to proposition me. Poor girl, I remembered her from our trips overseas. She was too good for him. Anyways, he died soon after and that was the last it ever came up. What can you tell us about the family? Any insight into the scandals from the recent book by Sam Madsen? I actually hadn't read it. I just skimmed the sections on Guy to see why people were suddenly calling me up to ask me about the man. I'd say she did well for what she had to work with. She only had rumors, whereas I spent time tailing him. Sometimes he knew, sometimes he didn't. He invited me to join them when dealing with Roottrees Brazil, but I actually had people on him when he went to Australia, France, and China too. When he met with someone, I'd figured out who they were and how they were involved. Doubly so if the meeting happened when he didn't want me to be around. Despite his best efforts, I got the whole truth, including things even his family never knew. For example, the daughter of his business partner in Australia, I think her name was Robin, he and she definitely spent a few nights together that he didn't want his family to know about, but I did. He really just goes through everyone, doesn't he? Hi, Tommy. I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing? Madsen got things wrong. Sam mentions guys' affairs and treats them like most people would logically think to treat them. Like the infidelity was a problem for Patricia. When his wife first approached me though, it wasn't a talk, if you get my meaning. On paper and in public it was a marriage like any other, but in reality it was more of a mutually beneficial arrangement. They both got what they wanted out of it. The same thing. Christ almighty. It just gets... Oh my god. Just when you think you know where it's headed, just another left turn. Hide your daughters, hide your wife, hide the neighbor down the street, because guy's gonna find them too. What was that? I'm assuming I only have to spell it out to you so you can get it in writing for your readers. Women. Patricia enjoyed the company of women, and the swinger scene made that more accessible. I'd told her I wasn't interested in her and Guy. I found out later that if I had said yes, her next question would have been whether or not her husband actually had to be there too. Guy, on the other hand, was seen in a traditional marriage and at the same time could bet any women that found him charming. I can assure you that was exactly the type of marriage he was interested in. Currently disgusted. Yeah. It's gone from like this guy having so many affair babies to now it just turning into he was just doing what his wife wanted. I don't know what to think right now. So was she making him have these swinger parties? Oh god. No wonder this got pulled. Truly. He wanted it. Well, of course. Yeah, of course he did. Jesus Christ. Patricia. Yeah, honestly, I feel like all of us have a large gasp right now. Oh, good. This photo is the first from the magazine interview with Cicely Sanchez in Piketty. The first issue of Piketty magazine that it came from was pulled from the shelves, but you managed to find it online. Piketty does not label its individual photos. Both photos were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Roottrees company for use in a book. So I guess we just find... Oh man, this would have been so helpful if we had it noted down. God, look at him! He looks like a creep. Okay, and who's this? He's like... He does! Doesn't that make anyone else uncomfortable? The way he's smiling at her? Okay, so that, yeah, that has to be Son, yeah, because... Okay. And that was her husband, yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna assume that just maybe that's Christine. Their teeth. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's the teeth. Okay. Well, goddamn. Okay. I'm just gonna say that that's locked in, I guess, for now, because we just kind of have to get What, one more? Two more? One, two, okay, we've only got, we need two more. Okay, so where do we go from here? Where did Elias start this mess? There's something. Apparently, I think, Insomniac, did you look into that? And it turned out to be, like, drawn or something? With your last investigation, now that some time has passed, it's worth looking into some of it again. Oh, okay. So is it just pointing at... Yeah. This is saying 4. Okay. Founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago, the entire family has a financial reliance. Out in the early version, but supposedly not in the Steam vinyl version. They want to confirm the early version. That's free. Oh, I see. The web game. Uncanny Valley thing that makes me... Oh, I gotcha. Right. Lauren's 2 diaries are probably the most useful. Book about live turned out to be propaganda and not useful. Swimming photo puzzle. Oh, that was awful. She ran the farm for a period of time after the death of Elias Roottrees. Okay, from here. There's also a section where Sam speculates that Elias may have also cheated on Gwyneth. Gwyneth was much kinder to Sam than Elias was and was the first to invite Sam to family events. While she had no hard evidence, Sam always got the impression that Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage. She mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known to loudly argue, sometimes about another woman. Sam also says her son Ernie once asked her, "Who's Beth?" Okay, Elizabeth. So if we go to the early... Oh, no. We don't have it this early. But maybe an Elizabeth Cravensworth? What's the likelihood of her still being there? It comes from AI2 still. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? This one finds propaganda. Thought to replace the definition of a picture, it would still be a picture of this book. The reissue of this book, maybe Bess. Maybe we look up Bess Williams. The library not far from where she lived was partially destroyed in a hurricane. And now we're back to the Miami Print Museum. Okay. Possibly. That would make sense. Yeah, the statue. Yeah, a site dedicated to hurricane statistics. It also mentions her. So he had an affair with an Elizabeth. So maybe, I mean, she couldn't have been working that whole time, right? Maybe? Elizabeth. Oh, this one? Yeah, there's nothing coming up. There's nothing here. Is there further back? Well, that was when she was here. Bess is short. Oh. No, but you guys might be onto something. Yeah, specifically Bess Williams. No. Although... it's only a guess. Because, yeah, that would make sense if she's the statue. The real family man, huh? Family... yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's a good idea. By Bess Williams was a very poorly received book. There were a few copies of the original published in 1920, but it was recently republished by the same publishing company that printed Lauren's Diary. They wished to capitalize on it. It did not work. This was in the late 1800s. Do we know when Elizabeth was born or her age? Not that I can see. Although it would make sense that, like, if she was the affair partner and had a baby to him, and then he just tries to, you know, sweep it under a rug that it happened, that she was like, you know what, screw you. It keeps saying it was republished, but that's what I can't work out. Okay, let's just go with her name. The book is impossible to show these days. The Roottrees Legacy. The same publishing company that printed Lauren's Diary for schools. Who was that company? Who was that publishing company? Does anyone remember? Maybe that's what this is hinting at, yeah. No. Doesn't say. The duck, yeah. I feel like I might need to... Okay, maybe... Hang on. Let's go back to here. Lauren... Roottrees. Author of A Life Between Wars was tracked down by a reporter as being in one of the most upscale memory care facilities in Pittsburgh. She was relocated back to Pennsylvania, where she began suffering from Alzheimer's. There was a minor backlash towards the reporter that tracked Lauren down because they were caught standing on a ladder and holding their camera over a privacy wall to take a photo of Lauren and her son Clark sitting on a bench outside near a small pond on the premises. Why? That's awful. The cardboard box icon in the evidence, the one... Yeah, I will have a look at that shortly as well. But I'm wondering if I... A Life Between Wars, if maybe we... Bingo. There's a single passage that focuses on potential affairs in her immediate family. Oh my god. An entry entitled Cruelty from Lauren Roottrees' diary. It focuses on the relationship between her mother and father. While it offered only redundant information during your previous investigation, it mentions the subject of affairs that may be more useful this time round. I am no stranger to true love. Jacob and I married at an age that most deem unfit for marriage, but he was also enlisting at an age that most deem unfit for war. We had no choice. I knew in my heart that our marriage was one for the ages. Skullbound Publishing, yeah. We will be checking that out in a minute. I knew in my heart that our marriage was one for the ages. He and I would still be together today if it not for Okinawa? That was nearly 20 years ago, but there is still an emptiness in my soul. I do not understand my contemporaries. So many girls I went to school with have taken multiple lovers. So many of my girlfriends' husbands have been unfaithful. If I am able to remain true to the ghost of a man with no chance of physical reciprocation, no potential for long conversation, how could it be so hard to love someone you can reach out and touch, someone you can joke with? I have not had to deal with such madness at home. My parents are a perfect match in the worst way. My mother's cruelty is a perfect fit for my father's general spite. In turn, Pop's status enables her incessant need to gloat and feel superior. I have grown up with their cruelty and disdain for others my entire life. Even my family remains unspared. They make fun of my grandpop and his family sayings. Blood is thicker than syrup, but nothing's thicker than Elias. Oh god. Do you ever read something and say it out loud and immediately just like shudder a little bit? They mimic Grandma Gweneth's lisp and see her kindness as a weakness. Eliath, please remember them. Not even our family's melodies and religion go unmocked. Remember, God only put one eye on Miracle. Jesus Christ. I can say without a doubt in my mind that my parents have never had eyes for anyone outside their marriage. They're too self-centered to look astray. Oh. Yikes. So she is convinced that old mate Elias wouldn't do that. Yeah, definitely skulls is what they were talking about. No, there's no way it's not relevant. They wouldn't have it on the book. They have made it. They have made a note to say that it was the same publisher, and the publisher is on the book. It has to be relevant. Just schoolbound? But... Thanks! This whole thing? Spontaneous haircut today? Just get back to work. No worries. Thank you for the lurk. Mentioning many of her relatives directly. Lauren's other books, historical romance novels, were not very useful on their own, though could lead to more information. Thanks, Vinny! Need to get a haircut soon. Was gonna go in today, but supposed to be... Yeah, I imagine. They're always so busy the last couple of days before Easter. Do they mean the one the printing house that the newspapers did in the first part of her story? Oh, maybe. 6 pieces, you reckon? Take me on holiday now? Let's go! We looked up this, right? It was compelling that the taking of the hypocrisy by Elias Roottrees was deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. Oh, yeah, because that was where we went there. Already got it. Then it'll be annual leave. Excellent! That's really good news. When in doubt, duck. Yeah, we might have to get something from the duck. Reminders in your evidence goes over the most important people and events from the last investigation. Just wants us to read the reminders. We've got this. More so about Guy. Years ago, and Sam wants most of his hairstay. One of Sam's farm supervisor was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, but worked at one of Guy's secretaries. Well, that's the whole swinger parties thing. But I wonder if that was the Elizabeth he had an affair with. My God, isn't this the same? What? No, but at that point, Guy was in charge. Sons of farming people, possibly. Who's Beth? Then the supervisor on the farm. Where are we? So this was when... This... No. 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 Not like this. No, there was... So, did Elias have an affair with someone that his great-grandson did? From the same family? From the same family? There's no way that's not a coincidence. They have the same last name. Oh, Jesus. No. No, not like this. Oh, God. Yeah, let's try. One of the people mentioning your reminders is Caroline Morden. She seems like someone who would have spoken up about everything going on. Okay, I would not have thought that in a million years. Reminders? Where are my reminders? Hang on. Caroline? Her art book? What? She's not even mentioned until... After the release of Six Pieces, Caroline Morden did a television interview. Someone had uploaded a partial transcript of that interview on the television section of a messaging community. The transcript has only her answers and is missing the questions. This gives a somewhat confusing reading experience, but does give you a bit more history about Caroline and some of her family members. Alright, well at least it's pointing us in the right direction. Thanks for having me. I've never really fit into the family, so it didn't surprise me. She could have put me in if she wanted to talk about the time during my activism days when I almost got arrested for stealing the spark plugs out of all of her tractors, but I don't really think it fit her narrative. Yes and no, they never tried to kick me out or send me to live on a farm, if that's what you mean, but I was already pretty unpopular, and once everyone learned why I divorced my husband, few people paid me any attention. She's my wife, not legally, but we've been together for half our lives. Call it what it is. I was 20 and just had my daughter. I hate to look back on that time because I was a terrible mother the first few years. I left my daughter with my ex-husband and followed Guy on a private jet to Europe. He lost a tooth and a client. I found love and a better understanding of who I was. Still, in our family's eyes, his trip was somehow more acceptable. Explain that. No, I couldn't stand him. Our family wrote off his behavior like he was some huge fan of romance or women, but he didn't like the entire woman. It was doubly awkward for me because he was more supportive than most. I slowly figured out that it was because he assumed I would be as shallow as he was. He was a workaholic. He seemed nice enough and did a good job. I didn't know him well. That was one of Sam's problems with our family. None of us did except Carl. Honestly, I get why she's pissed. I'd rather not speak ill of the dead, not unless you want more stories about Guy. I love how much she hates him. With Carl, though, all I can say is we used to be friends before they sent him to private school. He came back a lot judgier. It made sense when they made him president. He was a lot like my father after they disciplined the fun out of him. After I started protesting the farms, he stopped returning my calls. Oh well, he's He's harder to label. When I was a teenager, he was basically drunk or high or both all the time. He actually used to sell me pot. His problems with women were different than guys, but he never really judged me. I guess he knew it would be pretty hypocritical to judge anyone for anything. Back then, he was destructively unreliable in every way, but nowadays he's just kind of boring and old. I prefer that to how he used to be and to Guy and Carl, but it's still a cautionary tale. I hope I'm never that boring and old. Does this help though? I don't know if this really helps anything. It doesn't even say it does. Like there's no thing on it. Yeah. I feel like it's trying to help give us more photos of the people. More Roottrees? I guess so. Yeah, this is all over the shop. Is anyone here that's played this that could point us in the right direction without the duck giving too much away? This can't be right. The bottom text? What, this one? Get so tangled I forget. We have looked up Elizabeth and got nothing, but what restaurant? Because also, this was in 1921. I don't even think we have the books from then. This is from 75. Caterer from the restaurant. He was dead by then too. Sure if you checked on this, but was the person asking who's Beth the one with the... Oh! As in you think I'm saying who's Beth? Her son Ernie. I can't remember. Beth or Bess, yeah. Insomniac, wait, same brain cell there. So caterer, was a clue? Yeah. Yes, and Antonellis is what led us elsewhere before. There are a large number of Antonellis restaurants, not because it's a chain, just because it seems to be a common name for Italian restaurants. You may need to be a more local resource if you're looking for a specific one. It led us to one of Guy's affairs. This did previously. Yeah. Yeah, that was the Christine one. Wait, Christine as in... No. No! Oh no. Is that how they know each other? We did look up Rochelle. This is what led us back to Guy though. At one point. This is where... Remember? Bookmarks? When they were being sued by Steve Garland. It leads to one of Guy's affairs. Not Elias. Yeah. But there is a link there. About Elizabeth. Yeah, it's gotta be Elizabeth Williams. Don't tell me they both had babies with the same family. Christ almighty. In Lauren's diary. Just that she is adamant that they wouldn't have an affair. They make fun of my grandpa and his family's... I'm gonna get rid of this background so it's easier to see. They make fun of my grandpa and his family's sayings. Blood is thicker than syrup, but nothing... I'm not finishing that. They mimic Grandma Gwyneth's lisp and see her kindness as a weakness. Yeah. So she could have been saying Bess, but it came out as Beth. And wait, hang on. Lauren might be... Where's Lauren? Where are you, Lauren? There. I can say my parents. Okay, she's not referring to her grandparents. Okay, she's saying her parents were faithful to each other. Okay, well that changes a lot, actually. Yeah. So, it has to be this Elizabeth Williams. It has to be. Or whatever her name is. But it's saying that there's no relevant information on that page. But here there is. Yeah, the statue's her. Yeah. But this is all so much later. Although 50 year would have been what? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. But that still would have been after it happened. Have her book, so author. Sorry, what's that in regards to, Insomniac? Yeah. How do we find her book though? Was I? This one. Shaded Family Man. She was the author of this one. Boy, am I confused. So she did do this, and they're claiming that it was propaganda. Thanks, Tommy. I love it as well. A quackpot. Wait, hang on. Maybe... Hang on. They're rolling out 5 phase to a global market. No technical scan of it. Still just the same things. Resident support tend to pick it from gay rights activists when Bess Williams, there it is again. What are we trying to find? Literally anything about Bess Williams. Because we need to do his tree. Wildcat construction? How did you get that? Oh my god. Listed in some historical records as having worked on many buildings. Yeah, there's nothing about it. I'm going the duck chat. You want information on events from before this merger? The Miami Sunday? What? Merger with another and it became, which folded after only a year. But see, I don't know if the duck's telling me the right things. No. Only like this that doesn't take us anywhere. Maybe we just try this again. Fertilized Root Tree had been forgotten until recently when it was re-released during the height of Root Tree Mania. Partially destroyed in the hurricane, when they rebuilt, they named the non-fiction section after the library was expanded again in 1950. The paper merger? Which was only notable to the author because by combining the names the way they did, it was tied to the longest title. Yeah. Oh. Oh. I'll make it more obvious than that, yeah. And now, okay, now what do we do with this? Bess Williams again. The Miami Mercury had an article about Bess Williams' section in the Bocadoro Library when it was being built in 1928. It mentions that Bess's young son, now an orphan, was in attendance during... She died and they let him become an orphan? Heck Elias, man. It also had a later mention from 1949, the last year the paper existed, about a bidding war for a planned expansion of the library in the 1950s. The bidding was on by Wildcat Construction and included a new statue fountain and second room that would double its shelf count. There it is. God damn it, though. Wildcat Construction was mentioned once in an article you've already seen. Under the headline, Constructing a Better World, Frank Wildcat Williams left Florida in 1941, a construction worker, and returned a hero. He won the Navy Cross for his bravery and sacrifice, having carried a fellow soldier to safety under heavy Nazi fire. Now he and his wife Ophelia are carrying his fellow soldiers through tough times at home. Wild Construction is Frank's company focused on creating opportunities for soldiers finding difficulty getting back to normal. Ophelia has handled outreach to the wives of local veterans who are often able to provide insight into their husbands' needs and conditions. She has, through such outreach, found 13 veterans of war to serve as Frank's employees. The community support has been unendingly and overwhelmingly positive. It has gotten to the point where if Frank bids on a project, other local companies have decided to step back and let his soldiers handle it. This has become a bit of a sore spot for local politicians and business owners, as the bids are often not as low as they expected. The problem for them is that essentially Frank has a selective monopoly, but any attempt to circumvent it has caused an uproar and accusations of being un-American. It's uncertain what will become of Wildcat Construction, but at least for now, we're rooting for them. See you later. Hope everything's going okay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the hint as well. Thank you, thank you. So, they were the ones that created this statue. Oh yeah, I thought I was on that. Frank Wildcat Williams has listed a few different military history websites with the Navy Cross. We did read that. He died in 96, age 74, in a retirement community in Sweetwater, Florida. An obituary on the website of a local news channel that was written by his surviving family also sheds light on some of his personal life. He grew up in... Oh, because his family died in a hurricane when he was very young. Oh, he could barely remember his mother and had no memory of his father. After the war, he ran a construction company. I am so sad. This is gonna make me cry. An anecdote mentions that he used to insist he married his wife Ophelia as a matter of courtesy and convenience. She wouldn't have to change her last name. His daughter. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely the son. Okay. Frank. Hey, it's true though. God damn it. Wife Ophelia. Okay. Good guy Frank. Okay. Dude. Dude. And he was last a builder, right? What was he last? Construction? Yeah, because he was a veteran ages ago. So I don't think that'll be the last one. Oh. So, wait. I wonder if he knows that that was his mum. Do you reckon he knows, chat? We don't have her last name. Oh no, for convenience. That's right. We do have her last name. Good night, Caleb. Sleep well. Thank you so much for hanging out. Something's not right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shay, thank you for the lurk as well. Was her name actually Bess? Oh, it was. Good. Good one. That means we only have 5 left. And we've already got 2. So, did he know he was making the statue of his mum? Do you reckon? They let him be an orphan. His 2 daughters. What happened here? Okay. Barbara Williams and Sharon Williams. Yeah. Okay. Although, it does just say Bob. Oh. Motivational speaker, and she has a website that explains the services she offers. Her company's address is listed in Florida. Overcoming adversity with Bob Williams. The story will surprise you, uplift you, and energize you. Advertise her career as a motivational speaker. This flyer includes 3 different testimonials from Greta Jones, Vic Elmsworth. Okay, let's get all of these. Fortunately, has no online web presence whatsoever. You do find it listed on a giant list of television call signs next to the city Springfield under the heading Effingham County. A specific city and state to see if any locals have discussed the news. Georgia and Illinois. So which one? Not another miracle? Yeah, they don't go too far, do they? There are, for whatever reason, over 30 Springfields in the United States. You'll probably need to list the state you're after for the after the city name. Why can't this ever be easy? So she's from Florida. Effingham County. And then try that, you reckon? Or Springfield. Reverse the name. Do you think that would change anything? What if we look up... No. Can we look up? It's too common a name. Alright, what if we try this one? Anywhere in the world that appears to be New Zealand, a settlement named Chris Elmsworth has invented a small town newspaper as a conceptual art piece. The Kikiworth Falls Gazette is a series of online articles about small restaurant shows and other tourist attractions all across the United States. This is presented as a monthly newspaper of small town America. Listed to... Yeah. What was the other one? Mermaids strike back against lobster farms. Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this again. Georgia, Illinois. Are either of those near Florida? Okay. You remember doing after I moved everything back to the left. I hated that it was all in the middle. TV station, Springfield, Georgia. Oh, yes. Okay, let me just copy that. So that's suggested. Yeah, I hated it in the middle. Yay! That lists different channels there. The list seems to only feature broadcasts with female news anchors. The categories who run the website has ranked each of them using 3 categories now that are relevant to journalism. Channel 12. Yay! That's who we wanted. Is a news anchor who apparently used to go by Greta Jones before her divorce. Compared to the ordeal you've got... Wait, I don't even remember why I'm searching this anymore. Compared to the ordeal you've gone through to simply figure out her current name, it's way easier than you expect to find that she has a website of her accomplishments. She was apparently the MC for an all-female speaking tour. Ah. The tour was called Storytellers of Sisterhood, the Mothers and Daughters of Earth. You do a search for it and it seems some of the stories were compiled into a book simply titled 25 Stories of Sisterhood by Ayla Hale. Ayla... Oh, I've done it backwards. That's alright. One of the stories by Bob Williams. That's what we needed. Unlocked icons on 10 and moved to the center already. The start button alone would be nice on the left though. Yeah, I gotcha. I was more so just like a creature of habit that I just couldn't. What else did I do? I don't know if I changed much else, to be honest. Bob Williams had the transcript of a story she told on stage, published in a book. The first part of the story focuses on two 16-year-old girls. My sister Sherry was a brat, always sulking, often disobedient, never on time. She borrowed things without asking and even ran away from home, only to sneak back the next day like nothing had changed. My daughter Sharon, on the other hand, was a beautiful person. What? Hang on, who is this? Bob? Oh no, this is where it gets all twisted. Okay. My daughter Sharon, on the other hand, was that's her daughter. She had excellent marks in school, was intensely artistic and creative, and even volunteered at an animal rescue. She continued to tell stories of the two girls until she shifts the narratives. What was the difference between Sherry the brat and Sharon the beauty? Is it nature, nurture, a better education, different opportunities? The answer is nothing. There was no difference because my sister and my daughter are the same girl. Here we go, chat. Everyone, seatbelts on. All right. We're about to be taken for a ride. Gotten more refined. Yeah, definitely has. Barr reveals that her daughter was the result of an unexpected pregnancy when she was only 15. I met a boy at a county fair. Unlike us, he lived in the nice part of town. He went to a good school. To a teenage girl, it felt like a fairy tale. There were boxes all over his house. He was moving in 3 days. Those 3 days were heaven to me. The final night, he surprised me. He told me he could actually see me again soon. He planned to return to visit his grandparents. I thought I was giving him a reason to keep his promise. I never saw him again. And when I finally got desperate enough to ask around, a friend of a friend told me he hadn't even given me his real last name. Barb also talked about what it felt like when she was pregnant. I was convinced my life was over, but my parents, they took charge. I had to live at home and work a part-time job, but they removed the burden of motherhood. I managed to scrape out a degree in English, and as far as my daughter was concerned, I was her much older sister. Barb uses the story to come to a conclusion. When I was younger, I thought my sister was the brat, and I wasn't wrong, but she ran away from home to work at the animal shelter. She borrowed my clothes. Okay, work at the animal shelter. She borrowed my clothes for presentations at school, and her creativity allowed her to open up Sherry's hair. Oh. It took me far too long to realize the beauty was always there too. In fact, the brat and the beauty exist in all of us. It was my inner brat that kept me blind to the truth, and I'd like to say it's beauty in me that finally let me see what I was missing. I implore you to call upon... Okay, yada yada. Okay, so... So they just had the one. So this was Barbara. Bob. Okay. We're going for a ride. No wonder this is so confusing. Okay, Bob Williams. Oh, we've already got the photo of you. Is that her there? Sherry's hair. Yeah, that's gonna be... I think that's Susan. Oh. Oh yeah, so they never found out the guy. And then her daughter. So this is gonna be a Sharon Williams. Hi, Dasley. How are you? Okay, we're on a roll now, chat. Sherry's hair. Oh. There is a Sherry's hair in Orlando. The owner of the business is listed as no. The About Sherry section. Wait, Orlando is Florida. Wait, no, this is the right one. The About Sherry section is very long and presented as as one paragraph with multiple run-on sentences with no pictures. You get the sense that if she were to do your hair, she'd be doing a lot of talking. It mentions that her husband, Pete, was her late husband's college roommate. Jesus Christ. Her husband, Pete, was her late husband's college roommate. She and he had never spent any significant time together until she became a widow and they built a charity together. Hey Sin, how are you? Pete is the current. No, look. He's not even the current one. That says was too. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Lord. Okay. But hey, I'm not bad. Not in college anymore? Oh, we don't even know at this point. It could be. And on their ability to run it, she also brags about her kids, Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Cricket? No, that's a choice. Feeling most of some genetic condition. Honestly, well, I don't know what's going on anymore. It is Clark all over again. How is it going? You finding some gems? Her oldest Tony seems to get the short end of the stick. Cricket. I'm just so caught up on the fact that anyways. Okay. Alright, here we are. So, this is Pete. Is this one Pete? Wait, series one, it is what, heck yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be Pete. Alright, hang on, I just need to... her oldest, Tony, seems to get the short end of the stick. His two listed accomplishments are that he's the oldest and he's a straight A student. Mark, on the other hand, has multiple baseball accomplishments. Apparently his little league team is actually recognized. Cricket York is near the end and has an entire section dedicated to her. She's an actress on a local television show called Library Library. The region show relocated. Okay. Pete, where was it? There. Yaz Okay, we need to find the charity they ran. Wait, so how does this work when it goes oldest to youngest?
He's always the closest. Hauser, I'm not sure about anything. This is so confusing. Yeah, I don't know if it's meant to be here or here. Hang on, how did Clark's go? That was the first one, right? Yeah, maybe we try that. Put her first husband as closer, then Pete further down. First. Oh. Okay, so this is Pete. Okay. Follow the string. From the string's going everywhere. I don't even know where the string is anymore. Cricket has a different last name though, so she would be the single one on the bottom. Does she? Oh yeah, York. But her oldest, Tony. What? Boy, am I confused. Let's just try and find her. A children's show filmed at the studio in Orlando, Florida. Unlike popular shows involving non-human performers, this one isn't funded by the public. Instead, it's paid for by donations from businesses related to education. Oh, what? And a few well-known publishers and picture books. Cricket York joined the cast in 1997 at the age of 5 and is still listed as a current cast member. A picture of Cricket from one of the first episodes has been added. Okay. Cricket. So this is Cricket? Why is her name Cricket? Well, she's technically an actor. And then, right, that'll do there. Tony and Mark. Wait, hang on. What was the order? Listed as a accomplishment that he's the oldest. Okay. Tony. Anthony? I hate that. Tony short for Anthony? Yeah, I think they've gotta be. Sure is. So that has to be... Yes, it is. What? And Mark. Where are you, Mark? Okay, so he is a student. I'm just gonna assume there, I guess. Mark has multiple baseball accomplishments. I guess let's try
Yeah, that one I did know because of, what was that? President? Teddy Roosevelt. It just, for some reason, I mean, I don't think I've ever known an Anthony. So maybe that's why I don't know a Tony. Both shows? Oh, did I only do the one? Didn't search it there either. Oh, yeah, I also didn't look up these. A tutoring service, they are straight A. Yep, straight A student. Cricket and her brother's ready to learn from our talented authors. Hang on, that might do it. Is there all three of them? Mm-hmm. Is that an Aussie thing that a name more than one syllable is too much work, hence all the nicknames? I guess so. Okay, wait, hang on. Let's add some photos in that we've got. Sin, thanks for the 3 streams. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? We don't have a photo of her. We didn't get the photo of Sherry. Nobody appears to be related. Read the Bocadoro library again. Memory print is in searching for the memory print that you come across their website. I don't get it. Peter, I love how that gets more wacky every time. Yeah. Pete. Oh, was it Peter? No? Hang on. Easy to pronounce. The rest of the section describes how she got the part, but it seems unimportant to your search. So that is incorrect then, because that's her dad. But I guess it doesn't really matter. We can, once we get the photo, we'll locked it in. Sure. Oh yeah, Sherry York maybe. What do you guys think? Charity. And they built a charity together. William, who? Pete or Sherry?
goodness, man. There wasn't anything though, was there? No. Insomniac, I'm not sure what you meant. What did we find out by it? Bess Williams. This isn't related to current stuff. Oh. Mentioned the bestest young son, no one opposite attended during the dedication. The bidding was all by well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. He must have... Yeah, he must have known. I don't know. Anyone have any ideas on something I'm missing here? Barb? Hang on, who's Barb again? Oh, okay, her. Yes. We just need one more photo, that's it! We just need the photo. What am I missing? The partners? I mean, I don't even know who that one is. But Peter doesn't know. Of course, and yeah. Both roommates? No. No, just her husband Pete was her late husband's college roommate. Maybe we go this way. I feel like they could be related to your search. Benton County? Is the superintendent of Benton County? Is Benton County in 9 different states? So you're not sure which one Isabel Crosby comes from. Search of Isabel Crosby doesn't lead to anything that seems to fit what you're looking for. What? Yeah, let me have a look. Oh, that's so cool. I love them. Sorry, Sin. Sorry for the ads.
the other kid's photo. I'll wait till Sin's back. Let's just use that one. Look, it's even telling me, chat. Duck. Has some quotes of interest. Okay. Does it though? Does it have some... Well, we've looked at Greta Jones's. Vic Elmsworth. Maybe we try that. One of 3 brothers. All 3 of them are contributors to a newspaper. According to Victor, he had seen Barb talk more than once. On a particular occasion, Barb's talk was at a very large church, and it was clear she was an expert at matching the presentation on her concepts for any particular crowd because she received a standing ovation. Barb started with a story about the loss, specifically the loss of a bicyclist who had been hit by a car. She spoke about the death of any person as a darkness in their loved ones, a cold, empty void that begins to creep. Lanes across them. Yeah! There we go! Focused on adding bike lanes to major cities. The pages and pages of news articles mention lanes across America. Yeah. Drew Smith. Drew was biking home from work when he was hit by a car. Each year, lanes across America has grown and they now have in over 12 major metropolitan areas. Where is it? There. Who was featured in the photo. Yeah. So that's Drew. Wait, hang on. Yes. So yeah, they must be... Yeah, because... Yes. Yeah, that's right. Because they shortened. But we still don't have a photo of Sharon! Maybe we go. LAA, yeah. Formerly LAM. They were red? Wow. I honestly think they're really good as is, Sin. Truly, I do. So in the originals? Narrows it down, formed and founded by Sharon Smith as for her husband. Yeah, there you go. So now we should have... Huzzah! And wait, who's that? But none other than Guy and Miracle themselves. Imagine. Oh my god. Alright, we've got it all. Now we just need to see where we went wrong. Whoa! That's crazy that that's so different. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. I honestly, I love the colors in the first two. Okay.
She's no longer a hairdresser then, I'm assuming. What, how leafy Benny is? Oh, yeah. Go, go, go. She is a hairdresser? Did it jump from the jump kit? Jesus Christ. Cricket's name actually be York. Yeah, well, it says that they made her change it here. The passage also mentions that her agent recommends they change her last name to York since it was easier to pronounce. Unless not. Oh. Okay, I guess not officially. Yay! Though it wasn't my favorite concert. I'm so sad I didn't go. So sad. We done it! Except for whatever the top secret thing is. They're back!
Hi again. I know you probably thought you were done.
Oh, Jesus.
But it turns out what you're doing here might have some pretty major repercussions on the family tree.
Again. Also, there's something really strange happening. I can't explain it.
Neither of us can.
I'd call it a simple misunderstanding, but it's digging at the pit of my stomach. I just have a feeling. Clark?
Last week, let's just say being the president, sometimes people bring me things.
Just skip to the important part.
No.
Right. One of our janitors brought me some hair she'd found in Ruby Spratt's trash. It was Bonnie Hudson's. Bonnie is Guy's sister. She'd sent us her hair to test potential Roottrees, since her DNA is closest to Guy's.
No.
But Ruby threw it out, and I wasn't sure why she would have done that. Especially right before we began testing the tree you provided. When I asked, she told me she thought the samples needed to be fresh every time they did a test.
It seems really odd. Ruby was the one who convinced us to do DNA testing in the first place. She seemed so knowledgeable. I don't like it. You've done more of a deep dive on these people than anybody else has. Clark will keep a closer eye on the DNA tests from now on. You have an eye for anomalies. We need you to find the smoking guns.
If there's anyone you're 100% positive can't be a Roottree,
or any you've got definitive evidence are Roottrees, then we might be able to catch Ruby in a lie.
What? Oh, Jesus. I don't understand anymore. Hang on, who's Ruby? Yeah, what is this? Like, I don't understand. Anonymum. Oh, yeah. Yeah. How? Then you gotta decide, what if I get it wrong? Might be impossible. Oh my god. So we found the smoking guns. So we just go through this evidence again, I guess, right? Well. Grew up an orphan. Never like, that's okay. Alright. Chat, you're gonna help me with this. Alright. Frank Williams, chat, do you reckon he is a root tree? So, there is saying that there was, you know, I'm gonna kind of like speed run it a little bit. They were talking about here saying that there was a possible affair with someone named Beth that we do know of. But however, in this diary, they say, that they heard it as Bess. Then, yeah, there was an orphan, but he doesn't remember. And they try to say that her book was propaganda, so it can't be right. What do you reckon, chat? Was Frank a root tree? 1 in chat to say he was a root tree, 2 in chat to say that he wasn't. Dazzling, you have been eliminated from the Big Brother house. 1. You guys have to help me decide. If we have 1 saying 1, Frank is a good guy, so yeah. You reckon not enough info? 2 1s? Alright. So, now we have literally nothing. So, this was Miracle. I feel like we don't even... I feel like it has to be. She was the one that was apparently very into adoption. Do you reckon Miracle had this baby? I'm currently headed towards might be, but impossible to prove. You reckon not? You reckon 2? 2 for not? What do you think? 12. First kid is too old because she wasn't living with them yet. That's a fair point. So you reckon not root tree? What about Mark? There was 2 more clues. Like DNA test him to like give some money. That's it, yeah. Making us go through all these hoops. I reckon he was. I reckon he was. Molotov, was Mark Clementine showed up because his daughter Mary was graduating. Yeah, Basket Baby makes me think yes as well. I'm gonna say yes. So no to 1, yes to the second. What the hell is this? There's another... Oh my god. Guy cannot seem to keep it in his pants. Okay. Chat. I'm finding this very hard to keep up with at this point. Because now you have to like recap everything. Oh my goodness. And I am tired, so I don't... Okay. There was so much for him. Jesus, there was 15 things. Yes to all and probably countless others. Wasn't it proven that he wasn't? There's apparently heaps of things we haven't found for him. We've only found 8 of 15. We're that close to finishing this, but... Chat, do we speedrun this or do we finish this tomorrow? What do you guys reckon? I don't even know how we're gonna find everything.
yes to all of them and let them battle to the death. There's other games I wanted to... yeah, okay. Alright, speed run it then. Him, 1 or 2 chat. Yes to a root tree, 2 to not. Is he a root tree? You think he's not? Yeah, well, wasn't there something about... didn't someone say that he had a song about wanting to sleep with one of his family members? If that's the case. We'll say no! Alright. And we have these two down here. The chef. Company records show... I'm too confused. Yes! And... the younger brother. What do we think? No! Okay. Oh yeah, that was a definite yes. Oh yeah, he wanted to like kill Guy for this, didn't he? I'm gonna say yes. Well, they're twins. Gonna be very weird if... I'm gonna say that they both were. And that was just an update. Okay, now what's this? 3 left to identify? What do you mean? Where are they? With only redheads. Duck for the... oh yeah, we've got the duck. I can't. It won't let me. What didn't I look at? Oh, just... okay. Mentioned periodical article for Anonymum in news time. Okay. Anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Roottrees. The first and only mention of the phrase Anonymum in News Time came the week after when they issued an apology for featuring her in the first place. Gah! Oh my god. Piketty? Oh yeah, true. Daughter was not a root tree. This article, which did refer to her daughter as Jane Doe, did not coin the phrase Anonymum. Compared to be... wait, 5Ps was confirmed, wasn't he? Wait, no, we did read this. I'm changing that to yes. Because they say confirmed. I don't understand. It says this is optional, but then it won't let me. Oh. Oh my god, it goes all the way back here?
I reckon they were. My god, what if they were running... Wait, no. Yeah, because he was like kicked off of being... Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. He was kicked off of being... I'm ready. Alright, just give it to us. Woo! None.
You're not sure about some of the extra bits?
That's okay. We'll work with what we have.
We'll come back later.
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies.
All right.
Clark's handling the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything we've learned. Buckle up, because it's been one heck of a week.
We've done it, Mark.
Actually, that's an understatement.
You're here for the big
it's
reveal.
Not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted. But that's the kind of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up. Maybe grab some popcorn. We'll start with Guy Hudson. Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children.
Mm-hmm.
What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed. We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
Yep.
He hid it with a method inspired by his idol, Elias. 5-piece flavors. The flavors he was paying to research were a ruse. He developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying. Which was really stupid, considering one of their names started with X. Let's start with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar, but there were some other clues. James was born 9 months after Zach's party. Christine was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories. Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring. He may have slept with Robin Martin, but she didn't have children, so we'll never know. Also, not every child of Guy's affair partners were his. Robert Garland was born after his parents had already moved to Boston.
Ah, yep. Yeah, we got it right then, didn't we?
Skipping Beatrice for now. Up next is Lang Xin-yu.
So many
When Guy
marks,
showed
it's
up
insane.
in China, she was into America. And Americans. Dare I say redheads, even? When she got pregnant, her father paid key genes to fake IVF. They claimed her sister was unable to conceive, but her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark.
So she was as well?
Sonia Alves was soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband. She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private. Guy was in Brazil during Christmas 1979. It's the only Christmas not in the records. Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying Sonia.
Yep.
Last was Susan Ford,
How many kids
hired
did he
to
have?
translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there. She and Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life. Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters. Guy, though, paid double. The price of twins.
Ah. My goodness.
So, what about 5 Ps? Felix Fellow's mother, Joanna, doesn't have a 5 pieces flavor. On top of that, his story doesn't really add up. His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president, and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around 1975. Alone, that wouldn't necessarily prove it. But there are some suspicious connections between Felix and the company's current lawyer,
Nope.
Ruby Spratt. They both grew up in Portland, in foster care, and according to the local paper, they definitely knew one another. Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup. Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity.
My God.
His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was a respected lawyer. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. But they made some mistakes along the way. If you look at the 2 DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were both supposedly tested against Bonnie Hudson. But the 2 signatures that should both represent Bonnie don't match.
Oh.
After Clark and I confronted her, Ruby lawyered up. Ironic, I know. We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA. He had a hairbrush of hers. They sent the female sample in remotely.
Wow, it's all there.
On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney May's was not. Ruby's been throwing away samples. We think she sent her own hair instead of Courtney May's, but it could have been anyone's.
Oh,
Ruby
God.
and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution, a noble effort. But once they controlled the family fortune, they became just as greedy as the worst members of my family. The money corrupted them. They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
Dang, he's not one after all.
That finally brings...
Whoops, I didn't mean to. Her tales of guys' parties and pals
She
for true.
even approached Ruby before 5Ps was on news time. Ruby used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real, then ruined the DNA test so that Beatrice looked phony in the public court of opinion. I feel worst for her in all of this.
My goodness.
While Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well. Miracle Roottree was less of an open and shut case. That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine, not
Yep.
Stuart. Mary Beth adopted him before she ever set foot in Butler County. That leaves Mark. The timeline fits. He showed up about 9 months after Mary Beth visited Miracle. And the basket baby story is a bit too convenient. If that's not enough on its own, he was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree, Miracle Jr.'s wife, after she changed her name to win that silly contest. Our best guess is that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr. We have no real proof of that, but nothing else really makes sense for why they'd be connected in that way.
My God.
Elias's affair was the most ambiguous. Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias to do things he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth. Combined with Gwyneth's lisp, it's possible the name was actually Bess.
Yep.
Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book and died not long after, leaving her only son an orphan. The timeline fits with Wildcat, but there's no record if she had any other relationship. Honestly, I wouldn't say we had enough evidence either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, I'm a bit biased. Regardless, we haven't gotten in touch with any of the Williams clan yet. That means we haven't been able to do a DNA test. As Clark mentioned, from here on out, all of our DNA tests will be in person for both parties. Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is. When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. RR Productions canceled the Guys Like Us remake due to the director's illness. At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for Huntington's disease, stating that she had become familiar with it. Huntington's is the same disease that Gwyn's former co-star Leslie Florence had. It's passed from parent to child. It can't skip a generation. Because Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntingtons, and Ron seems to, it's impossible Gwyn was his mother. I recently confirmed all this with Ron.
Oh my.
At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie got pregnant. Leslie wasn't likely to survive to see her child grow up. And even if she did, she didn't want to be a burden.
Yikes.
She begged Gwyn and Wild Bill to adopt her child. Gwyn did. Mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem. Unreliable and a serial adulterer. Gwyn divorced him and never saw him again. Gwyn had already told Starlet she was pregnant, so it never really made waves when people saw her with a child in Paris. There was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again. In actuality, it was the final months of her only pregnancy.
Oh boy.
To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to question the timeline. It's one heck of a story.
Yeah.
And frankly, nobody could be expected to piece the timeline together. Not with what few mentions of Gwyn's past have survived. But the Huntingtons itself? That's proof.
My God. God damn.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancid Trust was a huge moment in my story, and a major catalyst for this entire investigation. Finding out that it's been pretty much backwards this whole time has been a bit surreal. So that's where we're at. Looking over the information you sent us was useful. You had us recheck over some things. All this information, this entire story, it's a lot. In more
Crazy,
ways than
chat.
one. Some of it has the potential to destroy marriages and ruin relationships. We're handling it all very, very carefully. But we couldn't have gotten here without you. And with that, I guess our tale has finally, truly come to an end.
My
What a
God.
strange one it was. No words can express how grateful I am to you for untangling this mess. Honestly, I've had enough of my family's eccentricities and scandals for one lifetime. I imagine you have as well. And if not, well, there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers and sisters.
Attention, attention, Roottrees. This is 5-Piece coming at you from the real world. You know,
Claps in chat though, guys.
you ain't ever lived in.
You say money is the root of all your problems.
What a banger. That was really fun.
Hypocrites sitting back in your massive estates, built from the cash that your ancestors gave you, acting like you somehow deserve it based on your family's creation.
My goodness. We done it, chat.
Come for our money, or you might burn bright in hellfire someday, like that Madsen chick and her two dads.
We done it, we done it, we done it. Yeah, really cool. Hey, so elaborate.
Who's never known hurt, but
My
blurts out
God.
these claims that somehow
I can't get it. Oh, there we go. Well, dang. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. Did you guys enjoy that kind of game? I thought it was done, yeah, done really well. I likey. Very, very cool. Yeah. That was awesome. But friends, in saying that, I am so heckin' tired. So I will be finishing up now and rating us on over to someone. We cracked it. Nancy Drew games as well. Yeah, more detective stuff. Oops. Let me see. I can't even see where we should go. Alright friends, I'm gonna jump on over to Cope. We're gonna go say howdy. I'll be back tomorrow playing something. Don't know what yet. I've got a couple games that I wanna check out. So you guys can help me decide. I think probably in Discord. But friends, I'm gonna get this raid going. Go pop on over, say howdy to Cope. He's currently playing some Deebs. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Not my birthday. Still not my birthday. But thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Oh, sorry, Bub has just woken up. Okay. Sorry, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I may not get to be with the raid. I need to go see if Bub's waking up or if he's just making some noise. But friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you for always being so kind and wonderful. I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for everything. Go and tell Cope I'll be there shortly. And yeah, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!